Hello, my name is Bruce Neubauer. This is a short lecture to my students in a public administration class, Computer Applications and Management Information Systems. Last week, I briefly introduced the course. I talked a little bit about what information technology is, how information technology can support the needs of an organization and its clients, and the fact that generalist administrators need to know something about information technology and at least some of the jargon of information technology in order to avoid delegating to technical experts what the generalist managers themselves should be deciding and doing. This week, I want to speak a little bit about information systems in the context, of information technology in the context of information systems. Some authors make a big deal of this in their textbooks. Basically, I think the distinction between information technology and information systems is that information technology is a subsystem within information systems. It's like the Russian dolls, the art figures that nest one within the other within the other. When I say information technology, I'm referring more specifically to hardware, software, networks, and so forth. Information systems includes aspects of the organization itself in the context of the business plan of the organization. I think perhaps I can explain this subtle distinction through the use of some examples rather than through a continued attempt to explain the distinction between information technology and information systems. I don't make as much of the distinction as some authors do of textbooks. Say that an owner of a chain of restaurants has the idea that it would be really cool or neat or whatever the expression is these days for servers to hand an iPad to customers. When customers come in the restaurant, sit at a table, and the waiter says, "Hi, I'm Joe. You may order your meals on this iPad." Okay, the iPad and the Wi-Fi network constitute the information technology. This application of it in the context of ordering food in a restaurant is an information system. And restaurants have always had this challenge because what the customers want to order needs to somehow be communicated accurately to the people in the kitchen so that the people in the kitchen can prepare the meals that the customers want. And then there needs to be a way for the food to be delivered back to the table when it's ready and so forth. And there's certainly information technology that can be used to do this. And the use of iPads and a Wi-Fi network is certainly pretty cutting edge. But do customers want this information system? How is it going to affect employees and the way they do their jobs? Is it going to save money? And if it does save some money, whose money is it going to save? Is it going to create value for anyone? And if so, for whom? Are there any security or privacy concerns? Are there going to be any losers created by this transition from the old way of ordering food to a new way of ordering food? And is it going to create any winners? I think we can ask questions like that about any proposed new information system. You know, IT systems are complex, they can be very expensive, but almost anything is possible. But does the IT system, is there a reason to do it? And if so, what are those reasons? In terms of this restaurant example, I don't necessarily want to go through the entire list. You can do this. Who are the losers if they try to do this? Well, I think the waiters and the waitresses stand to lose, especially if a part of their compensation consists of tips. I mean, how are you going to earn a tip as a waiter when pretty much all you do is walk up to the table, smile, say, here's your iPad, and that you don't have this opportunity to interact with the customers, to establish some rapport, to help the customers make good choices, and thereby earn a good tip? Are there any security concerns? I don't think anyone's going to be terribly worried about, information being stolen, like, the food order. That information is not like losing medical data or something. But there is a security concern. I mean, if I was the owner of the restaurant, I think I would think twice before giving an iPad to every party of customers for fear that some of the iPads might mysteriously disappear. That's a security concern. Does it create value? Does it save money? Or how about this for another example? In many large cities, people depend upon taxis for transportation within the system. An application can be written for a smartphone that allows a person, a customer, to enter into the phone his or her location, and that information goes to a dispatcher in a company who immediately dispatches a taxi or a limo to the location. The same application computes the bill, including the tip, and so, some of the things traditionally associated with hailing a cab and paying the driver have been automated, have been delivered in an alternative way. This creates some losers. This in fact has been done. It's very popular in certain places where it has been implemented. The taxi drivers are very upset about this because they rather like the old way of simply driving around until someone hails them to the curb. I believe it was in Washington, D.C., the taxi drivers are asking the government officials to cause the company that provides this service to boost their rates to 5 times the normal maximum rate. Well, that's not going to fly. The taxi drivers are going to have to either associate themselves with organizations that use this service, or they're likely to see their business decline.